Hi, thanks for joining me today. If you're in the Kansas City, Missouri area, you know that the Chiefs won the Super Bowl and today was the parade. So I'm decked out in my Chiefs gear, Kansas City, because we watched the parade today. But it's the middle of the month, so that also means that it is time for a market update report. So today I'm going to go over the numbers with you for January for both Clay County, Missouri and Excelsior Springs, Missouri. So let's get to it. Hi, my name is Deanna Bradford. I'm a realtor with Reese Nichols Realtors, Excelsior Springs, Missouri, part of the Bill Hightower team. Okay, so let's start off with Clay County, and I have my notes, so I'm going to be looking down a little bit, but let's look at January of this year, 2023, and then compare that to January of 2022. The average sales price for Clay County, $302,531. Compared to January of 2022, it was an average sales price of $299,077. And that is a 1.2% increase in value from last January to this January. We had 37 days on market for January of 23 compared to 19 days on market last January. And the list price, the percentage of list to sold for January of 23 was 97.3%. compared to last January, which was 100.9%. Okay, so now let's go to Excelsior Springs and look at the numbers for our more local market here in Excelsior Springs, Missouri. And instead of looking, comparing January of this year to last year, if you've watched any of my market videos, you know that for Excelsior Springs, I do it a little bit different. We look at the prior month and the month before that. It's a little harder to get the year ago's data. Some of that data is harder to find now accurately. And so I will take a look at January of this year and compare that to December of last year. So the average sales price in January for Excelsior Springs is $231,455. Compared to December, it was $231,113. So pretty much the same, not much change there on the average sales price of a property in Excelsior Springs. Now for days on market, however, January, we had days on market of 46 days compared to December when it was at 33. So we're actually seeing a little bit longer time on market, which just means from the time it's listed to the time that an offer is accepted, it's taking a little bit longer. It was closer to 30 days. Now we're looking at almost 45 days, that month and a half time frame. It is a slower time of year. The market is just naturally, seasonally slower come the holidays and then coming into January and February. As we get closer to spring, we do expect to see more buyer demand and to see things pick up a little bit. That list to sold percentage, how much a house sold compared to what it was originally listed at. For December, it was 101%, and for January, it's actually 99.2%. Still very, very close and not much change, but it did go down a little bit, which just means that the home values have gone down a little bit. So somebody's listing it at $200,000, but then they get $205,000. Well, then you're going to see over 100%. 101 on that list price to sold price. But if they get less than list price, then it would be 99, 98, depending on how much of a percentage it is below what it was listed at. So overall, these numbers are staying pretty close. We're seeing at list price or a little below typically in this Excelsior Springs market as far as what a home is sold for. So we're not really seeing values have kind of leveled out a little bit. They're not continuing to bump up and up and up. Could that change in the spring if we have more inventory, if we have greater buyer demand? Potentially it could. And then again, it may not. If we still have a lot of low inventory, but we get a lot of buyer demand, then we might see those home prices go up a little bit. And if it stays about the way it has been, then it's likely to just continue to stay the same. I'm not concerned that we're going to see values plummet or go down in some major way, but they should stay pretty much where they have been. That has been pretty normal for the last several months. And at the time of this recording, we have currently 19 available listings and 2 more that are coming soon. So there will be 21 total listings available. Now, when I went back and looked at January, at the time that I recorded that, there were 23 listings. One of those was a coming soon, but overall 23. So pretty on pace, maybe just a hair down in the number of listings we're seeing this month. And then homes under contract right now, currently, there are 24 under contract, with one of those being a contingent sale, which just means that the person that has the offer accepted on that house has a house to sell first before they can close. So 25 total properties under contract, with one of those being contingent. Last month we were at 24 also, but 4 of those were contingent properties. So there's an update on just the data related to Clay County and Excelsior Springs, Missouri. As always, if you have any questions, or if you are in a different area and want data on your specific location, leave me a note in the comments, reach out to me on any of the platforms that I'm on, and let me know, and I'd be happy to get that information to you. As far as what we're seeing happening, is just really a slow market right now. There's some buyer demand, but not a lot. I have seen it pick up a little bit in the last couple of weeks compared to what it was at the beginning of the month. But there's still not a lot of inventory and not a whole lot of buyer demand, although, like I said, it has picked up just a little bit. Now, interest rates had come down a little bit. They were in the low 6s, I believe. Then they have started to climb up a little bit. So it's still a very volatile market right now. And I mean, the predictions are that they could go up again. So if you're looking at whether or not you want to buy and when is a good time to do that, I would still highly recommend educating yourself and determining if now is a good time for you, because it very likely could change in the future. So as spring comes along, and the market might pick up more if we get more inventory, and we definitely will likely get more buyer demand. It's just the natural seasonal ebbs and flows of a real estate market is that it picks up in the spring. But the likelihood of rates potentially going up again, and they may not skyrocket, they may just go back up to 7 where they were before. They could go up a little higher, they could come down. The market is just so, I use the word volatile because that's what I hear a lot in all the things that I'm watching and learning about what's currently happening in our world right now. And that's the term that they use a lot. And that just means that it's very unpredictable. It's just so hard to know what's going to happen with inflation and whether we're going to have a recession or not, or if we're actually currently in a recession or not, and how that's going to affect the housing market. So you need to worry about what you need. What is your need? What can you do? So educate yourself. What can you do now? And is now the right time for you? If you wait, it could change. So if now is a good time for you, if you have the means to purchase a home and in the price point that is affordable to you, then I wouldn't wait, because there's no telling what the future market is going to look like, what interest rates are going to do, and how much more affordable or unaffordable homes are going to get to be as things change. So I hope that information's helpful. It might sound a little discouraging, but I hope it's at least helpful for you to maybe have an idea of what you should or shouldn't do, or at least give you a stepping point of, okay, I need to look into this and see for myself what is the best option for me. So if you need any help with that, if you want any counsel, any advice on where to start, what things to be looking for, please reach out, and I'd love to help guide you to at least take those first right steps so that you can be informed and know where to start, and to even find out if buying a home for you right now is the right thing to do. Thanks again for joining me this week. I will put another market update out next month. I'm going to try to do these once a month as the information comes out. Our MLS board puts out that data about the middle of the month every month, and that's why I do it around this time of the month every time. So you can be looking for that third week of the month or so to be a market report each time. So, and if you have any questions or anything you'd like me to cover more of in these videos, please, again, leave a comment below and let me know. so that I know what kind of information you're looking for and hopefully can provide that for you. If you did like this information, please like this video so that it helps others find it as well. And if you subscribe and hit the bell notification, you'll be notified every week as we put out new videos. Thanks again for watching and have a blessed day.